It's the saying, no man's a prophet in his own land. I don't know if that's a biblical reference.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. My grandmother used to tell it to me. So, but it basically means that like outside of your social circle, you can actually be perceived as doing more, and your whatever you're working on is viewed in a different light than within your own social circle or your sort of peer group, because they're like, oh, well, we know this person, so it's just viewed differently.
Yes.
And I think that's something a lot of artists deal with, whatever they're doing. And so your work is perceived differently from outsiders who don't know you versus people maybe you went to school with or friends or whatever. Because they're like, oh, we know Mark, or we know Karen or whatever, but it's different when it's a stranger. Because then they say, oh, you're a filmmaker. Oh, okay, I think it's just different.
And here's the reason, I believe is the reason why. A lot of us, human beings, period, right? A lot of us, we really don't believe in ourselves. So it's hard to believe that a person that we know can actually make it or succeed in life. And because a lot of us give up on our dreams and our goals in life and, whatever what we want to do. And to actually know someone that's out there pursuing their dreams and they're out there pursuing their goals. Not saying that there's envy. Of course, whenever there's success, there's always going to be people who are envious of successful people. That comes with the territory. But a lot of us don't believe that we can actually know somebody that's successful because we don't think much of ourselves. If we think highly of ourselves and we value ourselves, then we know that our friend can be successful. Our friend can be successful because we know that we can be successful. So it's like, and we're working with one another. We're pushing one another. And that's what's missing across the board, is that we're not working together and we're not encouraging one another. I was looking at a documentary with, I think it was about, I want to say Steven Spielberg documentary. It was on Netflix. And Brian De Palma was saying how when he was shooting Scarface, Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese would come up to the set when he was shooting, and they would have his back. So if he's missing something, he's missing shots or whatever, they would let him know. Look, they would have his back. They would watch his back. And these are some of like Martin Scorsese, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, the most successful filmmakers probably ever. Because here I see these guys who work together and they made sure, look, this is my friend. I'm going to make sure my friend, I look out for my friend, and this is what we're missing. Like, just going on a set and that your fellow filmmaker is making a movie, just sitting back and and just observing. If you see something that's out of place, then you let them look. This is out of place. So that's what they did, and we can't, today we take those type of things for granted. Yeah.
Do you think that's a symptom of our times, or do you think that's just human nature, that some of us aren't hardwired? Not that we don't want to help people, but some people, they're just super competitive by nature. And it doesn't matter if they're friends, family, whoever, they've got to be like the top dog, and they don't want that place challenged. There's people like that.
That's today.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
today. Because and that's why a lot of people, okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people, when we're in a certain position, we want to hold on to that position because a lot of us are, a lot of us are selfish. We feel that the sun is only able to shine on us, meaning that there are 7 billion people on this planet, right? There's enough room for all of us to have an audience. There's enough room for the sun to shine on all of us because the sun does shine on all of us equally, So when we're in a position of power, right? And we know, and we see somebody that's out here just doing it, constantly doing it, how can we just sit back and not, I know we dealt with this thing help early on, but not even, I'm not gonna use the term help, but just reach down and say, okay, I'm gonna pull you up and I'm gonna give you a, not give, because if you out here working, that's something you earn. That's something you earn, and we're gonna make sure that you're taken care of, because If I have a bowl of soup, I want to make sure that you have half of that bowl of soup. And that's how we stay consistent. That's how we stay on top. And that's how we, and we just helping each other. Not just working with one another. I hate to use the term help, but working with one another to make sure that, all of us are eating, all of us are on top, and everyone is allowed to express their ideas and work their passion and their dreams, and everyone is successful. And it's no mistake that Steven Spielberg and George Lucas and Brian De Palma and Martin Scorsese, there's no mistake that over 40 years that these guys still are on top. They're still on top. It's not by accident. They help one another out. They work with one another, and they looked out for one another.
Do you think that the ability to, and we won't use the word help again, but I don't know if it's, okay, maybe it's altruism in the term of just not wishing somebody negativity or trying to sabotage somebody, because there's plenty of that in the world. Do you think that's the mark of a successful person? Is someone that's not as quick to sabotage? It seems like there's a lot of that in a lot of spheres, a lot of circles.
Yeah.
Is that human nature?
I don't think it's human nature to sabotage at all. I think it's human nature to help, or to, like, you see somebody is doing something, and because we by nature, I believe by nature, we want other people to make it, but it's something in us that's like, oh man, I have to do this by myself, or I just have to have the light on me. So I don't think it's I don't think people, you do have people who purposely sabotage other people because, I just have to have, but at the end of the day, I don't believe that they're going to stay on top lab for a long time. I'm talking about 30, 40, 50 years. Maybe they may do a period of 5 years, especially when because it's going to eventually come back. It's going to eventually come back, but I don't think people like that stay on top for long. There's no longevity in that at all.